Hi, I'm Paul from Contact Renovations and Custom Homes. Check out this video on how to nail your kitchen island design from a recent episode of The Art of Renovation. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The island that we have now, the kitchen you're in, you've got your sink in the island there. So if you currently have a kitchen you're planning to reno and you want to move your sink into the island, you need to consider some of the plumbing. How do you get your drain line there and your water lines over there? And how are we going to vent that island? So, just things to consider. If you want to put your stove into your island, then if it's gas, we need to get the gas plumbed to it. You will need to add a vent then above your island, or arrange it. Again, there's things to consider when it comes time to plan your kitchen layout, and that's something that definitely talk to a good cabinet maker will understand some of these considerations, and we'll talk through them with you. If you're not too sure, then talk to your general contractor, and certainly we can help out with those planning details, because you might think you want this stuff in your island and it might result in a need for a bulkhead and a ceiling downstairs underneath your kitchen, which might not work for you, or it might add a fair bit of money to the cost of your project. So it's stuff that you need to think about well in advance.
Yeah.
In this particular kitchen here, this island I'm showing, it's got that raised bar, and again, that's something that usually I would say it's kind of love-hate for people. Some people really love having the raised bar. It creates a backsplash for the island, kind of separates the workspace from the serving area, but then you do lose that consistent surface, so it kind of limits a little bit of the work area, and really it's based on personal preference.
Yeah, but also a lot of people look at it and think it's old school. Like that's the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Now it's supposed to be flat, but it's all about the person. It doesn't matter about what we like. It's what the client likes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say, like in this example here, you see those little brackets there, the little knee bangers.
Yeah.
So that's something that we typically don't do those unless someone likes them as far as like the aesthetic. Somebody might like it. Every now and then we get someone who likes that kind of classic look. But, you go hop up into that stool now, you're going to bonk your knee on that bracket. It can be quite annoying. So we have kind of a flat bracket system that we use now, so you can't see it, but it still provides that support for the top.
Yeah.
A waterfall edge works well in some applications and not so well in others. This picture, it's hard to see it, but the waterfall edge is where your countertop wraps around and serves almost as a leg going back down to the floor. And the nice thing about a waterfall edge is you can then, like Gerry did with the grain matching on the cabinets, you can do that with your pattern on your countertop, and it creates a really, really pretty little transition and almost like a framework to showcase the island itself in this case.
A lot of people are doing the waterfall edge. It's very popular right now.
Yeah.
Same thing with that blue. The blue is very popular, the teal blue.
Yeah, very true. And is that a quartz or a granite in there?
That's a granite on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They wanted to go. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So one thing to consider too, primarily we put mostly quartz in our projects nowadays. It seems to be kind of the go-to for most people. But the difference between a quartz and a granite is, on one hand subtle, on the other hand very different. Whereas the granite is a natural product, no two pieces are the same. The quartz is a man-made product, so you can get more consistency within your slab and your look, right? So, and the granite is there's a bit more need for maintenance on a granite top than you get on a quartz top as well. But those are things to consider as well when planning your kitchen. One thing we should discuss too is like the amount of space you have between your island and the countertop across from it.
Yeah, so for me, it's 40 inches. 40 inches is the best. If you go 48, you have to actually step. If you go 36, then two people like me can't pass.
Right.
So 40 is usually the best number to use.
Yeah, absolutely. And if it's wider than 48, it becomes something where instead of just pivoting on the spot and being able to step to your island, now it's a matter of you have to walk there. It's a very first world problem, I know that. But it's all about planning your kitchen in a way that it's easy to use and it makes good sense for you, right? Some people want to have a more open and spacious area, and that's fine, but you need to understand what that means in a practical sense too, right? So it's all about balancing that fashion and that function.